Hello, Carol Amendola Dianca here, licensed nutritionist and olive oil aficionado, along with the host and guide of Authentic Italy Lifestyle Excursions. So some of the most favorite things that I like to talk about and hopefully are helpful to you are travel tips to Italy and olive oil along with nutrition. So as regarding olive oil, is there such a thing as fake olive oil? There absolutely is. I know there are videos on YouTube here on the channel about fake olive oil, and I had hoped that it was a thing of the past. I was hoping that perhaps the tainting of olive oil, all the corruption in the olive oil business was gone and a thing of the past, but apparently it isn't, because just a couple of weeks ago, the Italian authorities uncovered a counterfeit olive oil scheme, and confiscated 42 tons of olive oil that was labeled as extra virgin olive oil. And it was on its way for export, probably to the United States or other unsuspecting countries, or countries without strict labeling laws. And it's really a shame. 7 people are accused now of criminal conspiracy for adulteration of food, and it was nothing even close to extra virgin olive oil, but it was bottled and labeled as such, and once it reaches the grocery store shelves, you really don't know the difference. So if it's labeled as such, we tend to believe that. But this was confiscated. And then there was another 71 tons of what they're calling an oily substance, along with chlorophyll. And chlorophyll is what was being used to color the olive oil green. And that was also confiscated in another olive oil scheme. And this is happening in 2024. I know as Italy and Spain and other countries have been working on for some time to stop this counterfeit olive oil, and people have actually gone to prison for it, it still continues, which is amazing to me. So I think it's for 2 reasons. Actually, that's the theory on why this continues to happen. First of all, it's profitable, of course. If you can get away with this, if you can sell olive oil that's only half olive oil, or very poor olive oil, or olive oil that's been colored and mixed with other oils, it's tremendously profitable. But once it hits the store, there are not a lot of ways to tell the difference if it has a counterfeit label. But also, the popularity of the Mediterranean diet has made olive oil very, very popular. And people tend to think it's all the same. However, I've talked about on this channel, there is a wide range of quality when it comes to olive oil. From the very, very good that comes from a very small grower who is dedicated to providing and producing high quality olive oil, to the junk that's not even good for you. So all olive oil is not good for you. You have to know how to read a label and watch and understand what you want in an olive oil for taste and nutritional benefits. The other reason is for the climate change, and whatever we want to call it. I'll call it the change in temperatures. What's happening is, as the globe is heating up, there's less and less production of very high quality olive oil, because the blossoms on the olive trees blossom too quickly because of extreme heat in the early spring, or they get burned by the extra heat, and so that's less olives that are going to be produced on those trees. And lately, the olive oil production of high quality olive oil has decreased by 30%. So the counterfeit part of it just seems to be, I guess, more attractive to people that are willing to go underground and do these schemes. So even a year ago almost, in Spain, another 260 liters of adulterated olive oil were confiscated. So I know I've repeated myself many times, but I'm going to repeat myself again. The only way to know what you are getting is to know how to read a label on a bottle of olive oil, know what to look for, or to buy from a credible source. Buy from a source that is a small olive grower that grows his or her olives organically, presses them within 6 hours of picking, and produces a high quality olive oil. Now, a lot of people just refuse to pay extra for this kind of quality, but it's definitely worth it. It's not that much extra. It's definitely worth it. I am going to leave a link in the description of a checklist that you can use if you want to go to the grocery store, or when you go to the grocery store, and you can check off the components of good olive oil, and also the link of a small grower that, yes, I am recommending, because after years of looking, I have never found olive oil of this quality and a grower that will actually share the third-party chemical analysis of the nutritional benefits of that olive oil. So that's why we want olive oil in the diet, for the nutritional benefits, also for the taste, of course. But when it's high polyphenol, and I've talked about this a lot, it's highly antioxidant and so good for us. So knowing what to look for can be confusing. Knowing a good source can also be confusing. I'll put those links in the description below. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. I want to continue to send good travel tips, good nutrition tips, and other things along on my channel. So thank you for stopping by.